This is a tragic situation any way you look at it. And I'm concerned about the dignity and the humanity of both of them and how we protect that to try to save their marriage. But at the end of the day, when you are caught on tape doing what Ray Rice did, there's a price that has to be paid. And Ray has to pay a price for that. Roger Goodell, I think, might end up paying a price for that. I don't see how he survives this long term. I could be wrong about that, but I don't see how he survives.
I wrote an editorial, and listen, as you say, there's no excuse really for what he did, right? And obviously anyone can be forgiven if they choose to do the right thing. But I wrote a column saying, is Roger Goodell doing more damage now to the NFL than even Ray Rice by his reaction to this situation?
I wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't argue that because this was mishandled. And if it turns out, we don't know at this hour, but if it turns out that this AP story, it's an AP story, so we'd like to believe that the facts are correct.
If the story is true.
If the story is true that the NFL had this tape in its possession 3 months ago, that's damning. Not only is it damning evidence, it's a damning indictment, and that's why I think Roger Goodell might not survive.
Let's get to the race aspect of it. Did you read the Washington Post yesterday? The writer talks about comparing the excuses being made by black men to the ones that are being made about Darren Wilson. He says, when we are beaten, slain, and otherwise persecuted, our sisters, our mothers, and our women stand for us with nearly unilateral, unwavering support. They march for us. They cry out our names and demand justice. They support us in our moments of quiet fear when we shed the bitter tears of self-doubt and fatigue. Why aren't we doing the same thing? What do you make of that, of race in this case? Do you think too many black men are making excuses for Ray Rice's behavior?
I've not talked to a single African-American man who has made any excuse for Ray Rice. That may be the case in certain quarters. I have not had that experience because the men who I associate with, Don Lemon included, understand what happened here is unacceptable. And we also understand as black men, while this is not the way it ought to be, we are always painted with a broad brush. And as goes one of us, so goes all of us.
Let's talk about this book. I want to get to this. You said that you called Dr. King America's greatest democratic public intellectual.
Small d democratic.
Right.
Not the big D. I think he is. I think he's the greatest American this country's ever produced. I think history will regard him as our greatest democratic public intellectual because he ends up changing this country. And at one point, J. Edgar Hoover had him listed as the most dangerous man in America. And the only weapon he ever used on was ideas and love. But that made him the most dangerous man in this country. But the introduction of the book lays out why this book is so important to me. I'm about to turn 50. And I wouldn't have made it to 50 if I couldn't navigate myself past 12. At the age of 12, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, having been brutally beaten. As a 12-year-old, I couldn't understand why this had happened to me. I get introduced to Dr. King through audio tape. But I hear the love in his voice and the hope in his soul. While he's talking to a nation about the power of love and forgiveness and how hate is not an option and love is the only thing that can turn an enemy into a friend, he's talking to a country, but he might as well have been talking to a 12-year-old. He saves my life at 12. My whole life is dedicated to trying to make the world safe for his legacy.
He was a mentor that you didn't know.
He's dead, but he saves my life. He's my mentor in absentia.
See, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about Ferguson. You know, I asked Pharrell, and he said, this is going to have repercussions. It's not over, right? He said, this is going to have repercussions for years to come. There's some new video out there that, supposedly is a bombshell, and it shows 2 white construction workers or contractors moments after the shooting saying, supposedly saying he had his hands up or what have you. This is being deemed as I said, something that is groundbreaking. But there were witnesses who were before who were black, and it appears that more credence from some people is being put on the white contractors than on the black eyewitnesses.
It underscores that Martin King was right about what he called the triple threat almost 50 years ago.
Do you agree with that?
Do I agree with what?
Do you agree with that more credence is being put?
We've known for years. We say in our community, the old ad, let's just tell everybody, we say it all the time in black America, too many believe that the white man's ice is colder. That's just another way of saying that if it's white, it gets a lot more respect, it gets a lot more props, it gets a lot more, if it's white. So that's an old story inside of black America. But Martin made this point almost 50 years ago. He said what's threatening our very democracy is what he called the triple threat of racism, poverty, and militarism. What we saw in Ferguson was racism, poverty, and militarism. And that's a burden that all of us in this country bear. And we got to get serious about that if we want to save our very democracy.
Are you going through a midlife crisis?
I am not. Why do you ask?
Because you're gonna put on don some tight clothing and very little of it, and you're gonna be on Dancing
There
with
will
the
be no
Stars.
tight clothing. There will be no twerking. There will be nothing glittery. The shirt will not come off.
So why should we watch it,
That's not
Tavis?
gonna, because I want you to see how good my foxtrot is.
I was gonna say, what's your move?
Well, the first
You have to have a signature move.
Well, the first dance is the foxtrot. People ask me all the time, can you dance? And I say, you know what? If you know this show, can you dance is an irrelevant question. The question is, can you learn? Can you listen? Can you get the steps right? And that remains to be seen. But I think I got a good chance, as good a shot as anybody else.
Okay, so if you win, will you come back?
If I win, I will certainly come back.
If you lose,
if I
will
lose,
you
don't
come
call
back?
me.
Okay.